So I have a confession, but before I get to that, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I know this sounds a little overly dramatic. You probably heard it before. To be honest, I really don't know what I'm going to call this. I really don't know what I'm trying to say. But I gotta say something. And we're just going to keep it pure. So try to mind the pauses. Try to mind the suspense. You may already know. You may have already known. But this right here just isn't real. And you're probably thinking, huh? What do you mean this isn't real? When you just don't belong anywhere. It doesn't matter who you're with, what you're around, what you're doing, how you're doing it. It doesn't matter. You just don't belong. And the confession I have is that I am not even alive. I'm not alive, and that's what it's been. And I know I'm not the only one. And I give up. You know what I'm saying? I give up. Now I mean, like, obviously you're still here, you're still doing things, but it's like I want to tell you guys something. If there's such a thing, there is such a thing as a life not worth living. And this is the example of that life. And that's the confession. And that's the depression behind it. And that's the joke behind all of this. That's what it's meant when it's said that everything goes through you. Goes through you. You know what I mean if you're this type of person. Because there's no such thing as I'm the only one. There's no such thing as that. There's billions of people in this world, yo. You're not the only one that feels alone. Even when you're around multitudes and multiple of just such a variety. And it's like, you just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. You ever get that guilty feeling like you did too much? You went too far. You're too far out there, yo. And no matter how much you try to make it better, no matter how much you try to explain yourself, it just doesn't work. And they don't understand. And they never will. It's just this guilty feeling as if you did too much. And when it influences others and you see the impact it does on them, it makes you feel like you kind of cut your hand a little too deep, if you know what I mean. And now you got a little too much, and it's hard to bandage that up. And now you believe you gotta uphold something that you never wanted to. And you can't really run and hide anywhere. Notice how there's nowhere you can go. They're always going to see you. It's always going to find you. It doesn't matter. You could board a plane and go to a whole different country. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what you do. It's always going to follow you. And that's what I meant by you're not alive. I'm not just saying this because I'm saying this, but after today, things are going to be so much different. It's going to be so weird. I don't know why that light keeps flickering. And you're going to see so many changes happen. You're going to see so many people act differently. And positions change up. And paying attention to things you never used to pay attention to. Not that you want to, but you're going to be forced to. And it's not really going to be your choice anymore. It's something everyone's going to have to go along with now. And it doesn't have to be scary, but it's really weird. And it makes you second guess and question what really is the purpose to all of this. And I know I keep saying, yeah, you're dead. But you want to know something? I don't want to be alive. And you want to know why I don't want to be alive? You guys ever seen that one show? Everything around you is fake. Just like the TV shows you watch. It's acting. It's not real. It's fake. There's a reason behind it. To watch. You have no choice but to live when you're awake, when you're born. I know people say things like, you never asked to be here. And if you're someone who's ever came across or, had that phrase repeated around you, whether you're the one who said it or someone said it to you, you understand that. But yeah. If there's no solution, then what's the purpose? And if it's only dragging people down, then what's the purpose? And if it's just a bunch of confusion and word salad, then what's the purpose? Angles, cycles, rotations. When you get off track and you can't complete and you gotta start all over, especially when you see, I ain't gotta finish that sentence. You gotta start over and make it look different, as if you didn't really mess up, incomplete, you didn't finish, failure. That's death. And I'm gonna end it there. And like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna call this, but when you are this person and you understand this, it's gonna feel very lonely at the bottom, and it's gonna feel very lonely at the top. Because guess what? You and I both know that death is what's in between. And what's in between is what's fake, is what's depressing, it's almost like there's no place for you. And anywhere you go, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you're with, you gotta make that your home. Because you don't have a home here on this world. You don't. You don't have a home here in this world. That's all I got.